What's up, guys, and welcome to the first interactive web pages tutorial using Spry. By now, if you've been watching my tutorials, you're probably getting familiar with Spry, and you've noticed that it does a lot of sophisticated programming for you. What Spry is it's a technology that was developed by Adobe, and it's been distributed freely. Actually, you can go to the Adobe Labs website at labs.adobe.com/technologies/spry to read more about it. But it's officially called the Spry Framework for Ajax, and it's a collection of JavaScript programs that you, as a web developer or a web designer, you can offer sophisticated control of a web page to your visitors through widgets, effects, and datasets. And basically, what we're going to start looking at in this next group, or this next series of tutorials, is what else that Spry has to offer us as web designers. So, in this first tutorial, we're going to go over what are called tabbed panels. And I guess the best way to describe a tabbed panel is basically a web page or a panel that has different tabs at the top that you can move in and out of without actually leaving the web page. So it's all in the one specific HTML document. And so let's get started in creating some tabbed panels. To get started, all we need to do is go over here. I changed my not forms. It's not forms anymore. It's actually Spry. So we can see all of the different Spry elements that are inside Dreamweaver. So the first thing we're going to do is click on Spry tabbed panels, and you can see that it just imported a fair amount of code. It imported this parent div. It's called tabbed panels 1, and it also created this unordered list and another div called tab panels content group. So what's going on here is, let's look at it in the browser so we can see what we have done. We have created two tabs that each have content inside of them, and you can see that there's that blue color there because I was just messing with it before I started this tutorial and changing a few of the colors. And so now that we've created our tabs, I'm going to show you how to customize them, how to edit them, and make them look a bit more stylish, or a bit more customized. So let's go over here and look inside of our CSS styles and make sure that all is selected. And you can see that you can scroll through each individual style, and you can see this is where the color of the text came from. I'm going to go ahead and change that back to black. Save that. I'm going to run that again. Make sure that there we go. See, you can see now that that text is black. So I'm going to go in, and before I do this, I'm going to add one more tab here, and that's as easy as clicking on the parent div and clicking on this plus down here, and it'll add in a tab for us. And you can see that it added it in the middle of tab 1 and tab 2. We actually control the text of our tab right here, and we control the content right here. And all of the styles are controlled in our CSS. So you can see that with a little tiny bit of code, not including the CSS, that this is a pretty powerful little tool that is very user-friendly inside of Dreamweaver. It's as easy as just clicking on our Spry tab panels and adding a few panels and then changing the content to whatever you want to change it to. And that is basically how you define and create some tabbed panels. I'm not going to go into detail on what we can change here. We've already gone through a lot of the CSS styles in the past tutorials. If you are unfamiliar with what all these CSS styles mean, then I recommend that you go back in time and check out all of the CSS tutorials that were done in this Dreamweaver CS4 series of tutorials. In the next tutorial, we're going to be going over the Spry accordion. So make sure that you guys stay tuned, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.